Dude, yeah. Taylor, I've hired a contractor too.
Oh.
So we had the smallest job, right? The railing on our front porch is rotted. The toilet wobbled, and the coffee maker, we got a nice coffee maker that needs plumbing, so we don't have to like fill the water all the time, and something else, maybe the hardware in a bathtub, right? Let's go over this again. Coffee maker, bathtub hardware, wobbly toilet, and a front porch, some rotted wood he's going to replace. So we hire him back in January. He works like a day, and it's going great. Toilet's fucking solid as a rock. And he's sending pictures of the stuff you can't see so that you can admire the craftsmanship that is under the toilet, in the marble floor or whatever kind of floor. I don't know, rock thing floor. So, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. The next day he says, Woody, I can't come in. My wife has been badly hurt. We're not sure if she's going to walk again. And I'm whoa, well, take the time you need. My gosh. Like, this is a big deal. And he's like, yeah, I have to watch her. I had to take care of her, et cetera, et cetera. So he misses like a couple weeks after because of that. Dude, she was walking after 2 days, right? My sprained ankle was fucking worse than this woman's thing. And there's questions about whether she's going to walk again. But no, she's fine. But he misses weeks of work for that. Then he comes back. Works like a day or maybe didn't come in. Says, Woody, I think I got COVID, right? He gets tested for COVID. Doesn't have COVID. Misses 3 fucking weeks of work for not COVID. Right? So then
not COVID. Gotta go.
Yeah. So then he's going to come back. He's like, Woody, I'm coming Monday. I swear I'm coming Monday. Woody, I'm on my way. Woody, I had a heart attack. Had a fucking heart attack. Oh my God. You take the time you need. A heart attack. Goodness gracious. I'm not a monster. Okay. It was indigestion. Misses 3 fucking weeks for indigestion. 3 more weeks for not a heart attack. 3 weeks.
Every time Woody calls him, hello, hypochondriac contracting. How can I help you? Oh, hang on. I can't continue this phone call. And I'm dying.
He's sending me pictures like trying to connect with me, Oh, things are tough here. Things are tough. Watch, these are my support schnauzers. Right? He sends me pictures of his dogs and shit like that.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
He's got support schnauzers? Are you fucking with me? Is this a joke?
I can show you.
Show me. Wow. You're going to have to show me that this man has support schnauzers or I'm going to call you a liar.
This guy's a...
This is not a problem.
Dude, y'all are so nice to these contractors. Like I get that not cursing at them is like the right way to do things. But at some point, not whipping their ass is just letting them slide. The man has support schnauzers. Oh my fucking God, I see him. Oh, good.
Yeah, Kyle, I'm totally on board with that. Like I try to be. I've worked customer service jobs. I
know too. Yeah.
I try to be polite. I try to be courteous. Apparently, that is not the strategy with contractors. Dude, because if you are nice, they will walk all over you.
I'm very litigious.
Schedule.
Me too. That's how I turned it around. At one point in T-Talk, I'm like, dude, at this point, we're getting attorneys involved. I don't know what to do at this point. Word. Yeah. And he's like, Woody, don't do that. Give me a chance to prove you wrong. And I'm like, you have had so many chances. You literally send me texts saying you're on the way and then don't come. He's like, no. There was one point where he's like, the painters are scheduled for Friday. I said, seriously, it's like Wednesday at this point. You're going to get all your work done? Who are the painters? And he won't tell me. I'm like, who are the painters? He tells me something else about all the work he's going to get done and the troubles that he has in his life. And I'm like, who are the painters? I want to call the painters and see if they know that they're scheduled to come Friday. That might have been when I got the dog pictures. I don't know. But it was...
there's Huey, and Louie. There's sports now.
So then he's like,
it's paw prints.
He's like, it's the same guys that pressure washed. It's like Salarno or something. And I'm like, well, fuck, he answered in such a way that I can't call. And anyway, he cancels work the next 2 days. I'm like, I guess you canceled the painters. Yeah. He's like, I guess you canceled the painters. He's like, yep, I got that all taken care of. We canceled the painters. So then he ends up doing the painting himself. Says, man, the prices these painters want is outrageous. And it's like, you never scheduled the painters. You found out the price and decided to paint yourself. You know you're lying to me. You're always lying to me. You lie so fucking much. I'm
you
like,
need to do this. This is what you need to do.
That's what I did. At one point, I'm out there talking to him, and I'm like, dude, the gap between what you say you're going to do and what you actually do is so wide. I can't make that mental leap that when you tell me you're going to do this, I don't get it. I've never met anyone less reliable than you. This is like actual words I've said to him.
Yeah.
And he's like, would he give me a chance to prove you wrong? And eventually, he finished the job. It was probably 2 weeks worth of work. He did it from January
why we're hearing about this, by the way.
May.
In case somebody's wondering, this has been ongoing for weeks, and Woody didn't want to talk about it until it was
months.
Like for anyone who's listening to this, like here's my 2 cents on how you handle these awful scenarios.
Just real quick. Towards the end, his wife was dying. She's got lupus.
Dead.
She's got lupus.
I would say, you know what? You better hope she dies.
Dude.
Because if she's not dead tomorrow, I'm coming for her.
Dude,
every single morning that he doesn't show up, you should send him a photo of the obituary page. Hey, I didn't see her here. You weren't at work yesterday.
Dude, sorry I cut you off, Kyle, but by the end with the dying wife stuff, I had no heart. I'm like, you're making your problems my problems. I don't want to hear this.
Sounds like a you problem. You know what problem I got? My coffee maker.
Is
your coffee maker alive?
He wasn't credible anymore. And by the way, I don't think lupus kills you.
I don't care if it does. I hope it does.
I
hope she's got it bad. No, you threaten these people with fucking litigation because nobody wants that. Nobody wants to show up in court. Nobody wants that. Everyone fears that so much. Believe me, I've been there. Nobody wants to go to court and have a judge deciding what they're going to have to pay out of pocket or potentially go to jail or something like that. Obviously, this is a civil contractor dispute. Nobody's going to jail, but you get what I'm saying. You threaten these people right away with litigation. If they have done you wrong, you don't owe these people anything. You've got to threaten them right away because people who are already in that business and they have this level of shittiness, it's not a new thing to them. This is just how they operate, and they're going to keep doing it to you. And you're not the only one that they are putting off. The reason they can't come tomorrow is because tomorrow they're going to a guy's house where they're 5 weeks late.
That's not true. Yeah. Do you want to know why I know?
I would love to because I bet it's hilarious.
Doing meth?
He he parked his trailer with tools in my driveway all winter long, from January to May.
It's his trailer? He stole that trailer from a real contractor. In reality, he has stolen the identity of an actual contractor. And he's living in his house like that scene in Unbreakable. The guy's tied to a radiator, and every night he's just drinking beer and spitting it on him. And this man is an insane asylum kind of character.
He had his trailer. And that was the thing. So we have our driveway is it's weird. You can enter the house from the north side and the eastern side. Yeah. And the eastern driveway, the better one, was just occupied all winter long.
You've got a better driveway and you can't afford $100 for a DNA test.
The man has an eastern driveway, but he can't afford his DNA test. Fucking Wayne Manor over here. I don't know where I'm from.
Don't use the
France,
eastern
Germany,
driveway.
Who knows?
Afternoon. It's too hot. I drive into the western driveway afternoon. I want to keep my tires nice.
Don't they know that in the summer I like to use the eastern driveway to avoid the glare?
We just got it repaved. It has brand new dark asphalt. It's so smooth. I'm on the gravel driveway.
And I have to drive on gravel in my brand new pickup truck? I'm trying to get out to off-road on one of my many hobbies.
But yeah,
with my friend the Wizard.
And he did great work. It just took him 12 times longer than it should have.
No, I like
my dumbass wants to rehire him for a one-day job.
My dad would always threaten people. He would literally threaten people with physical violence. And that sounds like a terrible idea, but it would usually work. Yeah. There was a guy who was stealing tools from him once, a contractor. He's the contractor and he's stealing my dad's tools. And my dad goes to the guy's house and the guy's daughter is there. And she's a little girl. She's 9. And she's like, hey, is your dad around? He's like, no. He's like, have you seen my tools? And she's like, my daddy took your tools.
Oh my God.
And he goes and he beats the shit out of this guy. And he's like, I'm going to come back. And if you've hurt that little girl, I'm going to come back every day. And you're getting more of this. Just like beat the shit out of this guy who had stolen his tools. And he's like, and I want to know where my tools are. He's like, I've sold the tools. I'm so sorry. I sold the tools. Who'd you sell them to? So then he's like having to like go around and track down. It wasn't his tools. It was like race car parts. It was like this real fancy, like multi-barrel carburetor from a drag race car. It was all this stuff this fucking scumbag had